What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Locked In Sports Podcast. I'm William Locke, and joining me on this fine Friday morning is Luis Barranco. Luis, how you doing?
It is a glorious Friday. Happy Friday. I hope your weather is doing great out there, wherever you are right now on the beach. It is currently a downpour monsoon down here in South Florida. But hey, could be just because the Marlins are losing. I mean, Marlins are coming back to life, back to reality. But happy Friday. How are we doing this week?
It's been a great week on vacation, watching a lot of baseball. We've had a little bit of rain earlier in the week too, but yesterday was great. So last couple of days here, actually the Marlins, Rays, and Braves are all blacked out where I am right now in Georgia, which is just tough, honestly. Three sports teams that are blacked out, or three baseball teams. I mean, in Chicago, we're only blacked out from the Sox and the Cubs, and I can watch the Brewers, who are just like a hour drive up the road. Baseball needs to figure that out, the whole blackout. I think that should be part of the new CBA. They figure that out. But yeah, week's been great. Weather's been good. Hopefully the connection isn't too laggy for those listening. Or the video feed, at least the audio seems to be fine, but the internet connection isn't the best here where I am, but we'll see. If we have to go to an audio only medium, we'll do that too. But yeah, week's been good. Can't complain. Yankees have had an interesting week, to say the least. We'll get to that, and it's been a fun week of baseball. So yeah.
It's that part of the season where it's the dog days. I mean, preseason NFL, college football's going to kick up. I mean, what's up with the college football podcast? We got that coming out this next coming weeks. I mean, week one's coming up with you got the big game versus Texas, Ohio State, 1 versus 2. You got LSU plays Clemson, I believe, which is another big one, and then you got the Catholics versus Convicts, 5 versus 10, Miami, Notre Dame. You're looking forward to that. And then you got, NFL the week after.
Yeah. I don't think we're doing the college football one episodes this year, the podcast, just because been such a major effort on the baseball. I feel like we have grown the audience through baseball. So kind of keep the brand consistency and just keep rolling through baseball through the rest of the season. And then come the off season, we'll see. But I feel like we got a good thing going right now. And Joe, it was great to have him on for the college football, but I just feel like personally, I don't know if I can do full stream, full bore MLB and full bore college football. I gotta, do other things in my life as well.
I mean, you are a professional podcaster at this point,
I know. I should hire like a staff, or like a someone to edit the videos and post them for me and do the clips. That would help a lot. Sure.
Outsource. How about how do the Wolverines look this year? How do they look?
A lot of the preview publications I'm seeing have Michigan finishing like 4th in the Big Ten, behind Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon. I mean, Bryce Underwood, that's the guy to watch this year at quarterback. 5-star plus freshman coming in, flipped him from LSU, number 1 overall recruit last year in the 2025 class. So hopefully he gets the starting job. Tough game, week 2 at Oklahoma, be a big test for him, but I think they'll be solid. The schedule breaks easily for them. They avoid Penn State and Oregon. Got Ohio State at home this year, which will be a tough game as always. But I think they'll win between 9 and 10 games, maybe 9-3, 10-2 is what we're looking at this year. Hopefully, I mean, if they just had competent quarterback play last year, they would have been in the hunt for the CFP, but they were quite literally one of the worst passing teams in the entire country. So should be better offensively this year. And the schedule breaks for them.
Well, I can see that. I mean, big year down here. A lot of hype around Carson Beck here in Miami. We'll see what happens. Hey, why are you shaking your head?
I mean, they were number 1 in offense last year. They're going to regress on offense. There's no way they get better.
Whoa. We have Carson Beck.
Okay.
Like we play. Who does Notre Dame have at quarterback week 1?
Exactly. CJ Carr. Yeah, the Lloyd Carr's grandson, I believe.
He's not Carson Beck. He's not number 1 overall pick Carson Beck.
Okay. We'll see. It'll be a fun game.
Oh, it will be. It'll be a nationally televised game here in South Florida. I mean, will be a big fanfare around that game. But as we're not a football podcast, we are a baseball podcast. And I was having this thought the other day, and it came up to me on Twitter, just to open up the pod today. Somebody made a comment and said, "Is 500 home runs an automatic Hall of Fame career?" And I think you would say yes.
Yes, I would say yes.
So then this guy responded, and I'm going to ask you, what are other stat milestones that automatically get you into the Hall?
3,000 strikeouts, 300 wins, 300 wins, and a 300 batting average. 300 batting average is a lock.
Interesting. That was not brought up in this tweet. So Nutsy at NutsyPoo_TTV on Twitter. I know, pretty interesting. No offense, that's not no shade. They're trying to get flamed out here on Twitter, on the net, but said that there's four stats that guarantee you the Hall of Fame, and that's 3,000 strikeouts, 300 wins, 500 homers, and 3,000 hits.
3,000 hits is a good one, yeah. I think I would throw. I don't know if 300 batting average guarantees you a Hall of Fame, but 300 career batting average is tough, especially in like the modern era. You know, if you're putting up a 300 batting average in like the non-early 1900s, like especially nowadays, it's pretty hard. I guess not every person that has a 300 career batting average is in the Hall of Fame, though. So, but I would say modern era, it should guarantee you a spot.
Interesting. That's an interesting note, but just wanted to put that out there to the listeners. But we are a baseball podcast, and yet again, as we always do, it's time to talk about. We're back to normal. We're not. Fish Files will be coming later. Listeners have been talking that they want more Fish Files. Are you surprised about
that? No. I mean, Kayla is like invested in the Marlins now. She was talking about how she last night. She was trying to stay up for the Marlins game, but couldn't because she was too tired. But she was locked in on the Marlins this week.
We got screwed over this week, but we'll talk about them later. We're going to talk about the Yankees, as we always do. Our Yankee Weekend Review. On this podcast, we have William, our Yankee fan aficionado, been a fan since birth. We review the week that was for the Yankees, and this week there was a lot of things coming out of Yankee land this week out of Yankees camp. They were down in the Dallas-Fort Worth area playing the Texas Rangers, in which the Rangers took 2 out of 3. I mean, Monday, Rangers went 8-5 in 10 innings. Again, we saw a Devin Williams blown save with a Jock Peterson home run, and then Jake Bird gave off the walk-off to Josh Jung with 2 outs. Bird was optioned the next morning to AAA. Tuesday, the Rangers won 2-0. Judgy came back off the IL, and Mark Leiter Jr., but Nathan Eovaldi was elite. He was 8 innings strong, 1 hit, 0 earned, and 6 strikeouts in 98 pitches. And the Yankees were only able to get 2 hits. They were in the game for the whole game. I mean, Will Warren battled. Not one of Will Warren's best starts, but he battled throughout the game. But Devin Williams comes in and blows it in the 8th, giving up 2 earned runs off a Rowdy Tellez single. And then on Wednesday, the Yankees won 3-2. Goldie gave him a home run late in the game to go up 3-2. And they put in David Bednar to get a 5-out, 42-pitch save where he literally showed a lot of composure and a lot of energy. William, let's talk about this week. I know there's a lot to talk about after the 2 games on Monday and Tuesday. There's also the interview with Aaron Boone on John Boyd Media that we have to discuss. A lot of things coming out. William, it's go time. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, where do you start? I think the biggest discussion is around the closer role, and I don't think there really is a discussion now. Like David Bednar has to be the closer. I mean, we've seen it. I've never seen a guy that's not meant to play in pinstripes more than Devin Williams. Like, I think of all due respect, like Joey Gallo, a guy that comes to mind. Randy Johnson was not meant to play in pinstripes, but Devin Williams he doesn't want to be in New York. And we know he's going to come out some podcast. He's going to go on in December, January, talking about how just how miserable his time was in New York. He seems like a nice enough guy, fair enough to him, but his performances, he started out very poorly early in the season, had a nice stretch there from like mid-May through June, July, and then the past few outings have just been horrible for him. And there's no way you can use him in high leverage situations. After what David Bednar did on Wednesday to win that game, a must-win game for the Yankees, where they clinched the season series over the Rangers and now have that tiebreaker heading into the playoffs. Any potential playoff tiebreaker scenario, like that's huge. That was a must-win game for the Yankees. Totally, like not necessarily totally changed the vibes, but changed the vibes a little bit coming out of Texas. The vibes were extremely low after Monday and Tuesday with the way Devin Williams blew those games and how the Yankees were just free falling. Bednar saves the free fall. Like we've never seen that length from a closer in quite a long time from the Yankees, and must-win game. He did his job, 42 pitches, whatever it was. You can't use Devin Williams in any high leverage game situations for the rest of the season. Like he needs to be a 5th inning, 6th inning guy, 7th inning at the very latest. And then it's, I think Duvall should be the setup guy. Duvall or Weaver, whoever hasn't pitched, recently, those two set up, and then Bednar the closer. And if Bednar starts to struggle, Duvall becomes a closer or Weaver becomes a closer. Like they have options, and Devin Williams has proven that he's not that guy. So I think that needs to be the path forward. What do you think?
Can I present you a question?
Yes.
It totally looks like Devin Williams. I think the fan base is over. I think everybody's done with Devin. He doesn't have good credit. All the credit's done with him. I mean, David Bednar, the way he's reacted, I feel Bednar resonates with the New York people and the fan base. I mean, like the genuine reactions after, Wednesday's game and just how he comes off in press conferences is just sounds completely better than Devin Williams. Because like Devin Williams, you've seen the press conference, like I don't know what I've been doing wrong. It's like I don't know.
Very nonchalant, uninterested kind of vibe that we get from Williams in the post game media. Yeah.
He also did say that he thought he was going to LA last year with the Brewers thing.
I missed that.
Yeah, he thought he was going to LA before the Yankees made the Caleb Durbin, Nestor Cortez, which I mean, right now the trade looks like a net negative for both sides. I think the best piece is Caleb Durbin, which kind of hurts the Yankees because he is a third baseman. But I mean, you can't get mad at it because now you have Ryan McMahon, one of the best third basemen defensively. But let's look at the roster crunch. I mean, right now the Yankees have an embarrassment of riches right now in the bullpen. I know, like I said, the biggest things after these trades was like, how are they going to adjust to their new roles? Because a lot of these guys came in as closers. For example, Bednar was a closer in Pittsburgh. In San Francisco, Duvall was the closer for the longest time. So how would these guys all adjust and come together? Now the biggest thing is like, okay, well, Devin Williams is not going to get put out in the 9th. I think Boone, and I'm not defending Boone, but I think Boone left him in on purpose to show the front office like, hey, this guy just isn't like this dude just isn't it. Like just trying to prove a point.
I didn't think about it that way.
Because there's also the models, and the Yankees run off the models, and you had Binder, Joe Girardi. I mean, you have statistical model as Aaron Boone, the computer. But maybe if you just kept them in just to prove a point. I mean, they do have a roster crunch coming up with Yarborough coming back from the IL. They just had Mark Leiter come back, and JT Brubaker got cut. The way De Los Santos and Hedrick have been pitching, I mean, I think it'd be very unfair of them to get sent down again. And do they even have options? And you also have Fernando Cruz eventually coming back too. So is there a world? Do we live in a world that Devin Williams could be DFA'd in September?
So De Los Santos and Hedrick. De Los Santos has 2 options. Hedrick has 1. I mean, obviously Devin Williams doesn't have any options available. I mean, he's still an asset, but I've said it year round, like the whole season, like he's a two-pitch pitcher and one of the pitches isn't working for him. He can't locate the fastball. So like what value does he provide to this team? He had that good stretch, like I said. I mean, I still think he's not gonna get I would be very surprised if he got cut from the roster altogether. But I mean, we've seen Fernando Cruz be a huge asset for the Yankees. Loizaga, when he comes back, like I think that might have been a phantom IL stint. Does he come back looking healthy? And you mentioned Yarbrough and him, like he was good as a starter earlier this season. He probably won't be a starter the rest of the way just because we have Heel back in the rotation and Warren's earned a spot and now Schlittler's there too. Like Yarbrough probably pushes into the bullpen. So yeah, there is a bit of a bullpen crunch. Um, and you've kind of like talked about the amount of talent that the Yankees have in the bullpen. I think that's one of the most frustrating things with the Yankee team this year is they have the talent. They're just every game that they lose, they'll do like the dumbest thing you've ever seen on a baseball field. Like,
They do.
but you'll see something great. Like you'll have an Aaron Judge 500-foot home run, or you have Cody Bellinger go 4 for 5 with 2 doubles and a home run, and Max Fried will go 7 scoreless. But Austin Wells will forget how many outs there are, or Anthony Volpe will make 2 back-breaking errors, or Devin Williams will blow the game in the 9th inning. Like they haven't been able to put complete games together, but the talent is there. That's why I can't give like a lot of Yankees Twitter is just giving up on this team. I can't give up on this team just yet because I see the talent. We saw it in the first third of the season or so. Like they were playing the best baseball, some of the best baseball in the American League. They just have to learn how to put together full games. Maybe that Texas game will help them. They got a huge series this weekend against Houston. Like if they can show that in August and through September, I'm not done with this team. I want to see, I want to see Fried pitch better. I want to see someone behind Fried step up. Like I don't have full trust in Rodon. I want to see Luis Heel build up into the power arm that he can be. And if they answer some of those questions in the rotation, I think the lineup is one of the best in the entire league with Judge healthy, assuming Judge is healthy. You need Stanton in the lineup though. Which is an interesting dynamic with Judge DHing. Like, can he play right field? He threw toss on Wednesday. But the talent's there with the team. They just have been playing some of the dumbest baseball you've seen ever, like bad news bears type stuff with them at points this season.
And that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, in regards to the, I can talk about the pitching staff. I think something's up with the pitching staff. They get behind in counts a lot. They've been walking a lot of guys. And I mean, okay, the bullpen's been struggling, but like, you got to help. Somebody has to help somebody out. And nobody wants to help anybody out. It's like that classical like text message meme that is like, hey, we're short staffed tonight. Can you come into work? No, I'm good. That's what's going on with the Yankees. I mean, Fried, for all his greatness that he was this start of the season, him and Rodon aren't getting deep into games. They're only going 5 or 6 innings. And then it forces the bullpen to have to clean up 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, 4 innings, or 7th, 8th, and 9th, which it's just not going to happen. This is a good tweet from Ryan Garcia on Twitter. He's great. I think he's a great follow if you follow the Yankees. He does a Fireside New York for the Yankees. The Yankees pitching staff is behind in the count 27.6% of the time, which is the 6th worst in the majors since July 1st. They also have the worst walk rate at 10% and location plus rate at 95. So they don't get ahead in the count. Same thing happened on Wednesday night, on Tuesday night with Will Warren. Will Warren, yeah, he pitched 5 innings, but it seemed like every single at-bat, he was going down 2-1, 2-0, 3-0. He would have to work his way back into the counts.
Yeah, and the numbers on the season back it up too. Starting pitchers, walks per 9, 25th in the league on the year, and relievers are 23rd in walks per 9 on the year. You mentioned Fried. He was great in April, 0.82 ERA. In May, he was down up, I guess, a little bit to a 2.65 ERA. July, 1.19 ERA, June, 1.19. And then July, 5.54 ERA. Had a few, rough starts. And then Obviously, in August, he's only had one start, but 7.20 ERA from that Texas game. So he hasn't been his April, May, June self the past couple of months. I think that's something to watch. He's fallen way out of the Cy Young race in the American League. And, Rodon, same kind of thing. He hasn't been great of late, which is why I think Luis Gil's return is massive for this team. He has to be an American League, rookie of the year caliber guy that he was last year. Power arm that the Yankees don't really have. Schlittler is still developing. He's not going to be in the postseason rotation if the Yankees even make the postseason, which we'll get into a standings update later in this episode. There's a lot of question marks around the pitching right now. I think the bullpen is mostly set. They just need to make cutthroat decisions in moving Williams out of the closer role and do what's best for the team. Or DFA him.
Like at the point, and this is what I'm gonna ask you, you've been on teams. We've been on teams with great players and guys that, the minute that they don't start, helping the team, then what's the point of having you there? You become a bigger distraction than actually beneficial. And if Devin Williams can't pitch the 7th, 8th, or 9th, and it's not looking like he's going to get that opportunity, then what are you doing? You're going to put him out there in the 5th? It's not like he has years of control left. I think that the team's just better. I think they're just better off not having him on the roster.
Okay. I mean,
I'm just saying. I mean, look, and this team's been struggling lately. I mean, something has to give. I mean, they're right now the worst team in the majors since July 1st with walks per 9 at 4.22. ERA, they're at a 6.42 ERA, which is 29th. 5.61, which is 28th, which was only better than the Nationals and the Rockies, and those teams have been getting piñated, and it's just not good enough. FIP at 5.1 and a negative 0.54. I mean, this team's just not good enough right now on the pitching side of the ball. Wouldn't be surprised if things continue that Matt Blake does become a fall guy because something has to give. I know as much as it hurts. I mean, yeah. I mean, Boone's comments on Tuesday were just very deflating in the sense that I feel like he looks like a guy that's just broken. He looks like a guy that doesn't know what to do, that's been let down by the players. I understand some of his decision-making has been poor, and we all can agree with that. But when the front office lets you down and doesn't give you a third baseman or a suitable backup shortstop to fill in for Volpe, your hands are tied behind your back.
We did get a third baseman though.
But after how many months?
Yeah. I mean,
the Oswaldo injury is it's tragic. We would be having different conversations at the deadline if Oswaldo was healthy.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think McMahon's been a great addition. Jose Caballero is the backup shortstop, but he hasn't gotten any run really.
Now,
I don't think,
in July, August, it's August 8th. Now, August 8th, that's the thing. He was not giving these things, and it's just like Boone just looks defeated. He says it's go time. I know it's go time. We have to win. I mean, the division's on the wild card's on the line. Division's on the line. I think his answers were very for example, you can't give New York media an opportunity to poke at your answers. For example, I thought it was very clear when they asked him about the whole Devin Williams closer's role. They asked him, hey, are you going to, and I'm paraphrasing, don't take it verbatim. He's like, oh, are we going to have discussions about moving out of the closer role? And he's like, we'll see. You can't say that. You can't say that because then you've created a firestorm. You've created a storm of a story where people are going to ask, oh, is Devin Williams going to be closing the game? Is Devin Williams not going to close the game? You either say yes or no.
Yeah, that's 5
or
hours.
No comment. Or no comment.
No comment's worse. That's 5 hours of content on WFAN if he leaves stuff like that up for interpretation.
And that's what he's been doing. And it's just we're going to put Stanton out in the right field at certain parks. And so me and William got into a heated debate over text on Tuesday. And this is what I want to tell you. I would prefer playing Stanton out in right field than having Aaron Judge blow his arm out and potentially lose him out for the rest of the season and next season, potentially.
I would agree with that. You didn't phrase it that way. My thing is, Stanton in the outfield is the absolute last resort. I would rather have a 70% Judge in right field than 100% Stanton.
And it just stinks because Stanton's bat's good, but it's just like he's such a liability in everything else.
Everything else.
At this point, it's just like I don't want Stanton. I'm not that I'm anti-Stanton. Like I like Stanton, but I'm just like, if you're not hitting extra base hits and doubles, like what are you doing? What are you doing for me?
I mean, so many Yankee fans are giving him the pass because of what he did last year.
I don't care because you're not good defensively. You're a liability in right field. And like, look at the schedule who they have to play next. They have to go to Boston. Boston's a tricky right field. Like he's not going to play Boston right field. They're like, oh yeah, like we're going to run him out in Boston at right field. Yankee Stadium right field isn't easy as well. And then they have St. Louis. St. Louis's outfield is huge. Like that's a big outfield. Minnesota, huge outfield. They're thankful they don't have to go play like a Colorado or Kansas City, but it's just like he's just so pigeonholed to so many little ballparks, which at this point, what ballparks are left on the schedule that he could play?
I don't even think there's any that he really realistically should be allowed to play in the outfield in.
But I'm just saying, it's just like if Judge, like, look, I rather risk a Stanton hamstring, and this is pretty like bad to think about. I'd rather risk Stanton's health than Judge getting hurt and losing him for the rest of the season and partially next year. And you could tell that his timing was off when he came back Tuesday and Wednesday. And it's just like, okay, his stance was a little different, everything. Like, I'm just like, look, Stanton, you don't offer anything defensively. You can't run. And if you're not hitting balls off the wall, what are you doing for me? What's the point? Play Ben Rice. Play Goldschmidt DH.
Ben Rice should play every day, by the way. I mean, he's proven to be a quality catcher at the level of
first base. Or first base. I don't care. Either or. And
the metrics on Rice are crazy. Like, this guy can be a legit hitter in this league. He's just been incredibly unlucky. Hopefully at some point that luck evens out, but he's been very, very good. Like, he's kind of just, I don't know, he's kind of just a dog. He's like, he doesn't care. He's like, I'll play catcher, I'll play first, I'll DH. He could probably play third base, throw him in the outfield. Like, I feel like Ben Rice could play anywhere, and he doesn't complain. He hits the ball hard. He runs the bases hard, even if he's not the best runner. Like, he's a full effort guy. Seems like a true team player, and I don't know. I really like Ben Rice. He's quickly becoming one of my favorite Yankees.
Yeah, but my whole point is the lineup. I'm gonna be bold here. Lineup for the rest of the season should be like this. Wells should be catching every day. Okay. Wells should be catching every day.
Okay, I disagree.
Okay, well, first base, Goldschmidt or Rice?
Goldschmidt against lefties, Rice against righties.
Doesn't matter. Either or. Whoever doesn't is DHing for me.
Goldschmidt can't hit against righties. He
doesn't matter. You're DHing for me. I'd rather take him than Stanton right now.
Wow.
Okay. Second base, Jazz. Okay. Third base, McMahon. Shortstop, Volpe. Outfield, Judge, Bellinger, Dominguez. And then you cycle Grisham in and you move Judge out to the DH. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna bench Goldschmidt. We're gonna DH Judge every day. Pinch hitters should be Goldschmidt and Stanton, and that's it.
Okay.
And the outfield should be Grisham, Bellinger, and Dominguez.
And that's another thing with like the talent that the Yankees have on the roster. I mean, they've gotten a 20 home run season from Trent Grisham. Who would have thought that? Crazy.
But it doesn't matter when you're not. It doesn't matter when you're not winning. And I don't want to hear like, oh, great seasons, because like, okay, everybody has a great seasons. I mean, when you play for the New York Yankees, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is rings. Congrats, you hit 50 home runs. Cool. It's like when Judge broke the record for home runs in the AL. Cool, you broke it. But what happened that season? What happened in the playoffs? Cool, you won MVP. What's up in the playoffs? Do you have a ring? No. And that's what we will forever look at Judge's career. I understand, great regular season guy, but until he does it in the playoffs, like he's not going to be able to get to the level of the Derek Jeter, Babe Ruth, of those elite Yankees in the past, Reggie Jackson, those October moments and wins in October. If you can't do that, you just can't get up there. Yeah, you're probably better talent-wise, but you don't have those moments. And I tell you right now, people remember those moments more than the actual regular seasons.
Of course.
People remember the Jeter plays in old Yankee Stadium going into the stands. People remember the Reggie Jackson home runs in October. There's a reason he's Mr. October. What do we remember about Judge in October?
I mean, yeah, not right now. He doesn't have that iconic moment.
And who has that iconic moment for him?
Soto.
Exactly. And that's how we wrap up the Yankees weekend review. Unfortunately, William, tough week in New York, in Texas. I think we both agree that Bednar's our closer for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Bednar the closer, who's 8th is Weaver Williams. And then 7th is
8th is Weaver Duvall.
That's what I meant to say, not Williams. I'm DFA Williams.
Yeah. We also forgot to mention Austin Slater to the injured list with a hamstring injury. That sucked. It was his second start as a Yankee. Houston this weekend, Schlittler versus Brown tonight, Heel versus Valdez on Saturday, and Fried versus Colton Gordon on Sunday. So should be a big series in New York. And also I just want to mention on the Texas side of things.
Before you continue, you forgot something about this weekend.
What?
You forgot what Sunday is. Don't you know what Sunday is? You're not a real Yankee fan. If you know,
Old Timers Day. Yeah.
What are they doing on Sunday?
Old Timers game.
But what else are they doing on Sunday?
Is there a giveaway of some sort?
They're honoring the 2000 World Series team, the 25th anniversary of the 2000 World Series team. So they're all expected to be back in New York on Sunday. So Sunday should be an interesting game to watch.
Must win. Every game is a must win now. And I just wanted to give some love to Nathan Eovaldi. Nathan Eovaldi is not getting that love for the Cy Young in the American League just because he doesn't have the innings pitched. But the dude's been completely lights out this entire season. I know he missed a few starts with that injury, but he's at like 30 less innings than Skubal and kind of the top guys in the American League Cy Young race. But among pitchers with 110 innings pitched, he has a far and away the best ERA at 1.38. Skubal's at 2.18 in the American League. If you look at like best pitchers in the whole league, Skeens is at a 1.94. So, the strikeout rate isn't as good as like a Skubal or a Skeens. He doesn't walk batters. The expected ERA is in the 3s, so maybe he's getting a little bit lucky. But like Eovaldi, everyone's talking about DeGrom too for the Rangers. His last few starts haven't been great. Eovaldi is the dude, and I think Eovaldi should be in the Cy Young race. He would be in the Cy Young race if he had more starts. I think he needs like 4 more innings pitched to become qualified as a starter. But he totally shut down the Yankees on Tuesday, and I feel like he should be getting some love in this American League Cy Young race.
You called it. And we're going to drop at the start of the next week. We're going to drop our Cy Young ladder, which me and William have been debating lightly recently in our chats. But yeah, that's the Yankees weekend review.
All right, we can do the fish files now if you want. I don't know if this is going to become a regular thing on the episode on the pod, but
the listeners love it. Let's do the fish files. Give it come on, give me the intro.
All right. Okay, yeah. So Marlins, they hosted Houston for 3 games this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Monday, the Astros won 8-2. Sandy Alcantara struggled yet again, 7 innings, 6 earned, 9 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. His ERA is now a 6.44 on the season. Jason Alexander dominated the Marlins, going 6 scoreless innings. His ERA is down to a 5.97 on the season. You had 2 hit games from Yanir Diaz and Jeremy Pena as the Astros got 5 in the 4th off Sandy. That ended Miami's 4-game losing streak, and the attendance in Lone Depot was back to its usual 10,000 after the Yankees left town.
You throwing shade for that, or what's the deal?
Just a little bit. Tuesday, the Astros won again, 7-3. Cal Quantrill reverted back to form, 4 innings and a third, 7 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 homers allowed. Jesus Sanchez, in his return to Houston, went 2 for 5 with a double. Jeremy Pena had 2 ribbies, had a 2 RBI triple in the 4th. He had homers from Jose Altuve, Yanir Diaz, Jacob Marcy with his first career home run, guy that Luis absolutely loves, and Eric Wagaman hit his 6th home run of the season. Astros won that game And the Marlins won the
Finally.
last game of the series, picking up a much-needed win, 6-4. Spencer Arrighetti, Marlins got to him 3 2/3, 11 hits, 5 earned, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. His ERA is up to a 7.43 on the season. Had homers from Heriberto Hernandez, Graham Pauley, and then also Christian Walker for the Astros. Marlins got 3 in the first and then 1 in the second and third. And Xavier Edwards had a big game, went 4 for 5 with 2 runs and a double. Game got close in the 8th inning. The Astros had the bases loaded with 1 out. Calvin Fauché made a nice play to get an out at home, and then they had a fly out to Xavier Edwards. Nice play by him. And the Marlins won the last game of the series, the getaway game, but the Astros won the series 2-1. And then also last night, we'll talk about this series more so on the Sunday or the Monday pod, but the Braves won 8-6 in the first game of that 5-game set last night. So tough week so far for your Fish.
I mean, it's a tough week. I mean, I kind of expected the Tuesday thing to happen. I expected them to win one out. I think Houston to come out strong. I mean, Houston's a good baseball team. Very disappointed with Sandy. It's kind of like the whole energy out of the team after the deadline and after that weekend kind of got taken away. But I mean, there's just some decisions that we keep making. Clayton McCullough still keep playing Eric Wagaman, who right now Eric Wagaman is our DJ LeMahieu on this team. He's since July 11th, he's hitting 133, 204, and 222. Like, that's just not MLB level at this point. A tough game. I mean, look, Houston's a good team. Kind of expected this. Good to see Jacob Marcy get a home run. I'm telling you, he's a guy you should be noticing. Like, you should be seeing how good he is.
I know you're a big fan. His Savant page, even though he's only played like 5 or 6 career games, it's pretty good. A lot of red.
I mean, the future's bright. I mean, I expected Houston to take at least one. Again, the game stinks that we lost Tuesday's game. Quantrill didn't give us a good start. So we'll see. I mean, tough week for the Fish. I mean, yeah, look, it's Miami, 12,000, 10,000 fans. I mean, there's things going on in the city. It was nice weather Monday and Tuesday. It was sunny outside, beach day.
Yeah, the excuses come rolling in once the team stops winning.
What are you talking about? We're still a good team. We still swept y'all. Like, what are you talking about?
They did.
You can't.
No, they did.
It's Papa Bendix is making moves. I mean, we're a year ahead of schedule. Like, let's just be honest, guys. Like, we're a year ahead of schedule. If we're making the playoffs. We're just playing good teams right now. I know last night's Atlanta game was tough. Yuri had a great start, but man, we just depended. It wasn't great. Like I'm telling you, we got four more to just salvage the week. So that's all we need.
Yeah, Edward Cabrera on the mound today, and then they got the doubleheader tomorrow against the Braves. Ryan Gusto making his Marlins debut tomorrow.
Good. I mean, we got 4. I mean, it just stinks that like this would have been a great week to make some ground on the Mets. I mean, the Mets were swept this week, and we'll talk about the Mets next. But tough week for the Fish, but we're fine. We're gonna come back. We're gonna make the playoffs. Mets fans are already hitting panic mode. Marlins fans, we're just chilling on the beach. Like, if we make the playoff, like we're making the playoffs, but like if we don't, like, hey, we're a year ahead of schedule. We're A-okay. There's nothing too much to worry about.
Well, Fangraphs gives you guys a 1.3% chance of making the playoffs compared to the Mets 87.7. So
more than the Rockies and Nationals. Like that's what I support.
Yeah, those are both at 0. So
hey, I'm telling you, and our farm's good. We have a lot to be proud of on this team. Like, Jacob Marcy is who he reminds me of a lot. He reminds me a lot of like a Jarren Duran clone. But
okay.
With better like swing decisions. You should watch him.
I have. I mean, I saw him in the Yankees series. So,
but that was only 3 games, small sample size. Like you need to watch the larger sample size.
I can't watch, unfortunately, now this weekend because it's all blacked out in where I am. But
excuses, the excuses are coming in.
I guess there are ways to watch. I'll figure it out.
I know it's just a tough week. I mean, look, we didn't have our best pitchers. We're all right. Like we're gonna be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but anyways, let's keep talking about Marlins. We're gonna be okay. Tennis is gonna go back up. So I'm not too worried about that. But let's talk about the Mets. The Mets had a terrible week. Mets got swept by the Guardians on Monday. They lost 7-6 in 10 innings. The Guardians' first ever win at Citi Field. Tuesday, Guardians won 3-2, and then Wednesday, tough win for the Guardians, winning 4-1. Devin Williams went 8 2/3, had a no-hit bid until he served one up to Juan Soto, who Juan Soto took right deep to center. But the Mets have been a struggling bunch, my guy. Nobody wants to talk about the Mets. Everybody wants to talk about the Yankees, on how poor the Yankees are, but the Mets have been just as bad. So since July 10th, and this is according to Major League Baseball, this is a beautiful graphic that they posted up. Pete Alonso is hitting 157, on base of 221, and a slugging of 324, with a WRC plus of 47. Francisco Lindor is hitting 206, on base 260, slugging 351, WRC plus 73. Brandon Nimmo, 241 average, on base 343, slug 322, with a WRC plus of 98. And then the $800 man, $1 million man, more like not 800 million. 167 average, Juan Soto, on base of 309, slugging 372, and WRC plus of 84. I mean, this team has not been great. They are struggling to get wins. For a team that was called to be the NL's best through 115 games last year, according to BetMGM, they were 63-52 in 2015. And they're 63-52 this year, but it is a way different team. The Mets are they're just not a good baseball team, my guy. They're just not good. They're not winning baseball games. They're losing to teams that they should be beating, like the Guardians. I mean, the pitching side isn't great either. The Mets have a 4.46 ERA and a 4.26 ERA and a 4.46 FIP. It's just not good enough from the Mets. I mean, they need to step it up. I mean, they want to talk about the Yankees, how bad they are, but the Mets doing just as bad, you know? They're not winning games.
Yeah, I think the Mets are kind of showing me all of the concerns I had about them heading into the season, in the sense that we know Alonso, Lindor, and Soto, we thought they were going to hit. Now you have Soto and Lindor struggling. Alonso's playing really good baseball. But like outside of those three stars, there were a lot of question marks in that lineup, and pretty much nobody outside of those three guys are producing for them this season. And, you know, Soto had that really good June, but has been struggling mightily ever since then. And then in the rotation, it's, you know, a bunch of projects, you could say, and David Peterson's been locked down for them this season. But outside of Peterson, it's been a lot of question marks. You know, I feel like the one strength that this team has right now is probably the bullpen, with Diaz and Helsley in the back end of that pen. But yeah, they're not playing good. They got a really tough weekend this week. They're going to Milwaukee for 3 games, and they're facing Brandon Woodruff tonight, who has quietly been very good this season, and Quinn Priester on Sunday, who's been very good this season, very underrated, with Senga, Montas, and Manaea. So you don't have your main guy in Peterson going. Yeah, there's reason for concern with the Mets. They're still 11 over 500. Like, they've built themselves enough of a cushion where I think they should be safe with the playoffs. Like, I don't think the Reds are going to outman them for that third wild card spot, but in terms of like winning the World Series, there are some question marks. There are some very real concerns, I think, with the Mets this year.
They got their 3 highest paid guys pitching this weekend, but since Mets Muse posted this, since June 16th, the Mets are 18-24. Give me 4 teams with a better record that you wouldn't think that would have a better record than the Mets or the
Marlins.
Marlins, of course, 27-16, baby.
This is since what date again? June
16th.
Marlins. And what about the A's? Probably not, right?
Yep. 21-21.
A's, okay. And this is, you said, unexpected ones. Cleveland, definitely Cleveland.
No, well, I don't have them there, but they're 2 very unexpected ones.
White Sox?
Yep, 19-22.
Yeah, they've been playing randomly really good, really well. And Baltimore.
No. Come on. Very unexpected.
Um,
Bottom feeder team.
Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's been playing decent. Yeah.
The Mets have ranked 29th in average, 29th in runs, and 25th in ERA. They're just not a good baseball team. Let's just be honest. Let's call it a spade a spade. They're just not a good baseball team. But
we'll see. It's a long season.
Hey, I'm scared about the Guardians, though. The Guardians got a really easy schedule coming up. And if the Yankees keep falling, I think the Guardians can come in and take that last spot. I mean, Guardians play good baseball, and they beat up on bad teams. I mean, like I said, good teams win series, great teams sweep. So, hey.
Yeah, the Guardians have 3 in Chicago against the White Sox, 3 against Miami at home, and 3 against Atlanta at home coming up. They are only 6 now back in the American League Central. And if you look at the wild card standings, they're a game and a half back of the Yankees for the 3rd wild card. So they've been playing very good baseball, 7-3 in their last 10. They're now 4 over 500, and they don't even have their star closer. It's been Cade Smith, it's been Hunter Gaddis, and they've been getting these wins. So yeah, and Devin Williams almost had that no-hitter on Wednesday, and then Soto hit the homer. It's always Soto.
At this point, it might be addition by subtraction with the Guardians star closer.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be. I mean, Mets are 2-8 in their last 10. So just telling you, noticing. Let's talk about the Tigers, man. They just lost to the Twinkies, 2 out of 3. You've lost to a AAA team, Detroit. Monday, Tigers won 6-3 off the Casey Mize start. Huge 2-run homer from Kerry Carpenter, giving the lead 5-3. Kyle Finnegan got the save at home at Comerica. Then Tuesday, Minnesota 6-3 with the win. Luke Keyshaw returns from his broken form. He was a nice little looking rookie when he in April. They won 6-3, and then Wednesday 9-4. Jack Flaherty struggled as the Twins win 9-4. Flaherty went 4 2/3, 5 earned, 6 runs, 8 hits. Luke Keyshaw 2 for 5, 3 RBI, 2 doubles. I mean, Detroit's regressing to the mean. Luckily, that division is dead. Well,
is it though? I mean, Cleveland. We just talked about Cleveland.
You know, our good friend Patrick from the podcast. You know what he texted me? I had a conversation with him. Pat's a big parlay guy. So he was parlaying the Yankees right now, parlaying the Yankees to lose, and he was like, he's doing work, and he was telling me Guardians making the playoffs, and he's like, don't be surprised if the Guardians make a push for that division. They're only 6 back.
Yeah, and if you look at the schedule, I mean, we talked about the Guardians. The Tigers do have an easy schedule too. They got 3 against the Angels, 3 in Chicago against the White Sox, and then 4 in Minnesota against the Twins. But they just lost that series against the Twins, and they're not hitting right now. The pitching outside of Skubal has been incredibly inconsistent this season. So there's a lot of question marks in Detroit right now. If I was a fan, I think there's every reason to be a little bit concerned. They just, Kerry Carpenter coming back is huge for them. He just seems to have a knack for hitting clutch home runs. The lead they gave themselves, that they built themselves in April and May, has, been, it was huge. And when we had Tiger fan Andrew, my friend, on the pod in the preseason, he was talking about the importance of building up that division lead earlier in the year. The Tigers certainly did that. It's paying dividends right now because they've kind of afforded themselves the ability to struggle in July and August. They were, last month, they went 11-14 in July, and now they're 2-4 in August. So they have been on an extended slump in Detroit. They got to turn things around soon and finish out the season strong heading into October. Obviously, keep everyone healthy, most importantly, Skubal. But you can't lose a series to the Twins. Austin Martin, our guy, hit his first home run of the season, Vanderbilt product. And yeah, Luke Keyshaw is a name to watch. Young rookie there for the Twins. He's been balling out. Coming back from injury.
Let's continue in the majors. San Francisco Giants played the Pittsburgh Pirates this week, and Giants took 2 out of 3. Not surprised about there. Pirates won 5-4. Another Verlander loss again, struggling again. Well, not on his tab, but it went on Randy Rodriguez, the new closer, who he blew the save as the Pirates got 2 in the 9th from a Joey Bart RBI single and an IKF fielder's choice to win it. The Pirates are making PNC a fortress, making it a tough place to play at home. I mean, they're 32-25 this year at home. Giants won 8-1. Logan Webb, 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 1 earned, 10 strikeouts. And then the Giants all got a hit. Every single Giants player who played got a hit. And then Wednesday, Robbie Ray went 6 strong, 2 earned, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts as the Giants won 4-2. Giants' first winning road trip of the season. Good to see that the Giants are riding the ship now, but I think it's a little bit too late for them to claw back into the wild card hunt.
Yeah, not a lot from this series. The Giants are 5 back in that wild card hunt in the National League, so I don't think it's going to happen for them this year. Logan Webb finally had a good start, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts on Tuesday. Every Giants starter had at least 1 hit in that game. Gerard Encarnacion hit 2 home runs, his first 2 home runs of the season in this series. And Dennis Santana really struggled on Wednesday for the Pirates. And yeah, first Giants winning road trip since the first week of the season. So not much from that one. I guess that's the Barry Bonds Bowl. Both of teams Barry Bonds played for.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Are you watching Pirates games if Paul Skeens isn't pitching?
I'm watching the highlights, but full game, no.
Are you okay?
But I am slightly interested in them because they've been playing decent.
No. Are you sitting down after work and being like, are you him like, hey, Kayla, I'm gonna put on the Pirates game?
Probably not. No.
Okay, we continue.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Chicago Cubs, the Cincinnati Reds. Belt to ass situation against the Cubs. I mean, the Cubs are struggling, man. It brings a great joy to see the Cubs struggle because I've seen this team be hyped up so much, and I just for some reason they look mad fraudulent to me, and their front office even admitted that the Mike Soroka deal might have not been a great idea. Like that's a great way to come at the fans. I mean, you love the transparency, but admitting your mistake, but I don't think you'd like to say that. Soroka was on the IL after Monday's game with shoulder discomfort. He only went 2 innings strong, 1 earned, 3 hits. Reds won 3-2. On Tuesday, Zach Lytle was elite. 7 innings strong, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts. Might be one of the pickups from the deadline. I mean, Reds are quietly picking up some wins. Reds won 5-1. Spencer Steer hit a 3-run homer off Andrew Kittredge to give him the lead. And then Wednesday, Cade Horton has been pitching really great as of late. 5 innings and 2/3, 0 earned, 6 strikeouts, 0 earned. Cubs won 6-1. And you saw the 6th immaculate inning in Cubs history from Andrew Kittredge.
Yeah, Cade Horton, 23.1 innings scoreless streak is the longest among Cubs rookies since 1920. So he has been very good. But the more I watch the Cubs, the more they feel like a wild card team. Because, obviously you have the Brewers. They're playing some of the best baseball we've seen, actually quite literally the best stretch in 60 games of Brewers baseball in franchise history. But the Cubs pitching is just not good enough, and they didn't do anything to address it at the trade deadline. They went out and got Soroka. He got hurt in his first game as a Cub. Obviously, you can't help that, but extremely unlucky situation, and now they have nothing else new to help them in the rotation. The lineup has cooled off a lot. PCA has fallen, in my opinion, well out of the conversation for the MVP in the National League. I think there's other players that have potentially surpassed him, and Cubs fans aren't going to like to hear that, but they've been struggling. You lose a series at home against the Reds since the All-Star break. They haven't been playing great baseball. Now you go to St. Louis for 3 for a huge series, and then Toronto for 3. That's going to be a tough series. So we'll see. They got to start hitting the ball again like they were earlier in the season. I still think they're a very talented team. Do I think they're going to win the World Series? I don't know. I said they could win the World Series if they went out at the deadline and acquired pitching, and they didn't really do much to address that at the deadline. And I think they're going to probably pay for it this season, which is unfortunate, but just not enough from the front office from them at the deadline.
NL's wide open, and they failed to make a big stand on that note. But give me Kyle Stowers for PCA. PCA is turning into a glorified Javi Baez.
Yeah, we had that discussion. Okay, wow. I don't know about glorified hobby buys, but we had that Stowers discussion, I guess, last episode, right? And I
Yeah,
said
but
he should be in the MVP race.
I think PCA is becoming hobby bias.
Okay, that's a hot
I
take.
don't know. Hot take. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. Let's talk about the Rockies. I mean, Rockies had a tough week. Jays belt the ass all 3 games. Monday, Blue Jays won 15-1. Tuesday, Blue Jays won 10-4, and then Wednesday, 20-1 Blue Jays. They broke the franchise record for runs in the series. I'm not even going to get into statistics because everybody had themselves a week for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Good, like I said, good teams win series, great teams sweep at this point, and that's what they're doing. So,
franchise record for runs in a single series for the Jays: 15-1, 10-4, and 20-1. They destroyed Colorado, and I really don't have much to take away from that series other than that's taking care of business and then some for the Blue Jays.
hey, big weekend. You got a turn back the clock game tonight. Dodgers, Blue Jays out in LA. You got Clayton Kershaw taking the hill versus Max Scherzer.
Yeah,
Seems
that'll be
a fun matchup.
That's a fun matchup for sure. Touch stretch for Toronto: 3 in LA, 3 against Chicago and the Cubs, and then 3 against Texas.
You want a hot take?
They win all 3 series.
They'll win all 3 series.
I knew you were going to say that.
They got 10 games? Or is it 10 or is it
that's
9?
9.
They'll get 6.
Okay.
They'll get 6 out of 9. Watch.
All right. Okay.
They'll win this. They'll win this weekend against the Dodgers real easily. I think the Dodgers are struggling a lot. I think they take care of Texas, and then who do they have in between? Chicago.
Cubs, yeah.
I want to say that they want to sweep Chicago, but I don't want to get too frisky on this podcast. But I want to say they sweep Chicago. I want to, but I'd say they take 2 out of each game. That's my lock. That's my lock of the podcast.
Looking at Fangraphs, they give the Blue Jays a 98% chance to make the playoffs. The Red Sox a 74% chance, and the Yankees an 83% chance. And the Red Sox are in second place right now. Interesting.
Let's talk about the Red Sox. I mean, Red Sox took 2 out of 3 from the Kansas City Royals. They won Monday 8-5. Brian Bello, podcast favorite, 6 innings strong, 0 earned, 5 strikeouts, 6 hits. Roman Anthony was pulled with back tightness. I think he was just resting his arm and didn't want to hurt himself crazy before he signed that massive contract. So that happened. Tuesday, Red Sox won 6-2. Garrett Crochet, great start, 7 innings strong, 2 earned, 8 strikeouts, and then the Royals won 7-3. And that's the day that Boston's 7-game win streak was snapped. Roman Anthony signed an 8-year, $130 million extension. Congratulations. Give it a round of applause. Another little Enron contract by Breslow.
Yeah, that was a very team-friendly contract. And I think he left a lot of money on the table. You see Vlad get $500 million. I think Roman Anthony is extremely talented. So you buy out the RB years, the arbitration years. I get it, but I feel like you could have gotten more. Then again, you never know. Nothing is guaranteed. Look what happened with Christian Campbell. Signed that extension. Now he's in the minor leagues. So he's extremely grateful that he signed that one, even though I still think the talent's there with Campbell. But yeah, Red Sox continue to play good baseball. They won 2 of 3 in that series, and now they have a tough series this weekend. They're facing as I pull it up, I just remember it's not loading, but I know they play someone good this weekend. I can't seem to pull it up. But as I stall, it's the Padres. That's right. Padres for 3 on the road.
Padres it is. Let's run through some more series out here. The Athletics playing the Nationals. Athletics won 2 out of 3. I mean, the Nationals are everybody's get right offensive series as the A's put up 16 runs on Tuesday as they won 16-7. Mackenzie Gore was not great, giving up 8 earned in 3 innings pitched. Shea Langoliers went 5 for 6. He's the first time leading off in his career. He had 3 homers, which is second 3-homer game, and the second catcher in MLB history to have a 3-homer game in the same game out of the leadoff spot. I mean, the future is very bright with the Las Vegas, Oakland, Sacramento A's, wherever they're from. Nationals won 2-1 on Wednesday. Alpha CJ Abrams walk-off single. And then A's won 6-0 on Thursday after Colby Thomas first homer. I believe that is his first homer in his career. He's a rookie, I believe. So congratulations to him. Good job to the A's. But I'm telling you, the future is very bright in Oakland, Las Vegas, Sacramento.
Agreed. Really good start for Jacob Lopez on Thursday. 7 2/3 scoreless ball, 10 strikeouts, 114 pitches. A's are good. They're playing much better in the second half.
Hey, Kurtz, Wilson, DeVries, and Muncy, and Langoliers, and Lawrence Butler, and Denzel Clark. The future's bright. Let's go talk about the Mariners. Mariners got a sweep. I mean, good teams win series, great teams sweep. Mariners swept the White Sox. They won 8-3. Brian Wu went 7 strong, 1 earned, 9 strikeouts. Home run from Eugenio Suarez. Welcome back. Mariners won Wednesday 8-6. George Kirby, 6 innings strong, 2 earned, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 hits. Andres Munoz gave up a homer and 2 walks, but still got the save. Kyle Raleigh slumping, maybe. And then Thursday, Mariners won 4-3 and 11. Randy Arozarena has been turning it on as of late with a 23rd home run. Logan Gilbert went 5 strong, 1 earned, and 6 strikeouts. The Mariners are only a game and a half back after Dominic Calzone's walk-off single. Could be the week that they take over if the Yankees help them out, potentially.
Yeah, that's very true. Weird tweet I saw from Alex Meyer 34. Eugenio Suarez, last 2 home runs and Mariners wins. You had this Wednesday or Tuesday, the 5th. Mariners score 8 runs on 11 hits. Tuesday night win at home. Brian Wu wins and throws 83 pitches. And then the last time before that, September 12th, 2023, so 2 years ago, Mariners score 8 runs on 11 hits. Tuesday night win at home. Brian Wu wins and throws 83 pitches. Crazy parallels there. Seattle's got Tampa for 3 this weekend.
Yeah. Brewers sweep Atlanta. Atlanta's dead in the water, as I always say every podcast. Big sweep for them. Quinn Priester went on Monday, giving the Brewers win 3-1. He went 7 innings strong, 1 earned, 4 strikeouts. Then Collins with a 3-run homer in the 4th. He's been quietly a very good rookie that we'll talk about more when we do the rookie ladder coming up soon in our future podcasts. Tuesday, Brewers won 72. Freddie Peralta, 5 innings strong, 1 earned, 7 strikeouts. 2 RBI nights for Isaac Collins and Andrew Vaughn. Brewers are 44-16 in their last 60. Franchise record, as you mentioned earlier. And then on Wednesday, Brewers won 5-4. Andrew Vaughn has been, again, revelation with the home run since being in Milwaukee. He has a 12-game hit streak, 6-0 road trip.
Yeah, Vaughn's been really good since being on the Brewers. I mean, he was the 3rd overall pick, so the talent has always been there. He's hitting 377 compared to the 189 he hit in Chicago this year. This is 22 games now in Milwaukee. 1.146 OPS with a 219 OPS plus compared to a 47 OPS plus with the White Sox and a 531 OPS also with the White Sox. Like, he was terrible with the White Sox in 48 games, and he's got a 1.3 Baseball Reference WAR in those 22 games with the Brewers.
That was the last series between the Milwaukee and Atlanta. Let's talk about Tampa quickly. Tampa and the Angels. Rays won 2 out of 3. Angels won on Monday 5-1. Adrian Hauser was not great for the Rays. Tuesday, Ryan Pepio pitched, giving the Rays a 7-3 victory. Homers from Brendan Lau, who is now 3rd straight 20-homer season. Rays scored all their runs in the 4th, scoring 7. And then Wednesday, Rays won 5-4. Nick Fortes hit a homer. Junior Caminero, 2 homers. Mike Trout, another homer. Angels had the bases loaded in the 8th, down 1 run. Griffin Jack struck out all 3. So a lot of the trade deadlines acquisitions for the Rays making big impacts during the series.
Yeah, not much on this one. Junior Caminero is up to 30 home runs on the season, though, for Tampa. Really impressive from him.
Again, let's go to St. Louis to talk about Alden's Cardinals. Again, St. Louis took 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals. Good week for Alden's team up there in Missouri. Monday, Cardinals won.
L.A.
It was, excuse me, in L.A. Cardinals won 2 out of 3. Monday, they won 3-2. Sonny Gray went 7 strong, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts. Basically, to do it with Glasnow going on a virtually identical line as Glasnow went 7 strong, 1 earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Freddie Freeman hit a homer. Mookie Betts got the standing ovation on Monday. Still not great. Mookie's hitless in 5 straight games for the first time in his MLB career. A lot of concern out in LA land. Already talked about that. Dodgers won 12-6 on Tuesday. Miles McCollum was pretty much a batting practice machine as he only went 3 strong, 7 hits, 5 earned, 1 walk, giving up 3 homers. Mookie Betts came back 3 for 4. Max Muncy 4 for 5 with 4 RBIs and 2 homers, and Teoscar Hernandez went 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs and 2 homers. And then Wednesday, the Cardinals ended the series with a dub, getting the Ohtani start dub as Ohtani went 4 strong, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts. The Cardinals pen goes 5 scoreless, only allowing 2 hits, and Ohtani had a homer. But hey, let's talk about it.
Ohtani's 1,000th hit was a home run. Also had a season high 8 strikeouts, so he was great. But the Dodgers' struggles continue, and the Padres won 2 out of 3 in Arizona. So now the Padres are only 2 back of the Dodgers for first in the NL West, which had me thinking about playoff series I want to see, because we have this now Dodgers Padres playoff or potentially division race. And power ranking quickly, the playoff series I want to see the most. Number 1, I think it's clearly Dodgers Padres, just because that series is always electric. And those 2 fan bases despise each other. There's no love lost between the teams as well. Number 2, Red Sox Yankees. I feel like that one goes without explaining. Number 3, Phillies Dodgers. 2 of what I think are probably the best teams in the National League this season. Those 2 haven't played in the playoffs since the 2009 NLCS. 4th, Cubs and Brewers. Those 2 teams and fan bases really do not like each other. That's a regional rivalry. They have never played against each other in the playoffs. They did have that game 163, 1-game playoff in 2018, which the Brewers won in Wrigley. Number 4, Phillies Mets, division rivalry. And then the last one is Astros Red Sox, rematch of the 21 ALCS and kind of like the Alex Cora Bowl. That would be a fun series to watch.
I'll save mine for the next podcast because I believe I have more rationale to them. I think we should talk about the potential Marlins Mets series, but we'll save that one.
Yeah. Okay.
As you mentioned, Padres won 2 out of 3. Diamondbacks won Monday 6-2. Padres won 10-5 on Tuesday and 11th as Mason Miller blew the save. Lourdes Gurriel hit a homer off a 104-mile-an-hour fastball in the 8th to tie it at 5. Padres got 5 runs in the 11th, and then the Padres won 3-2. And the pen went between Jason Adam and Adrian Morejon and Mason Miller went 4 1/3 scoreless, only allowing 1 hit in relief. Ryan O'Hearn solo shot tied it, and then Iglesias RBI single gave the lead 3-2. Mason Miller got his first save as a Padre. And then finally, the last series of the week, you had Baltimore-Philadelphia, which Phillies won 13-3. Kyle Schwarber hit 2 homers, going for 40. Luzardo came back and rebounded with 6 innings strong, 3 earned, 7 strikeouts. Tuesday, Phillies win 5-0. Big win. Tyler O'Neill left the game with wrist discomfort. Such a shame, a career with riddled by injuries. And then Orioles won Wednesday 5-1. Trevor Rogers was great. 6 innings strong, 8 hits, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts. Phillies went 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. And that is the weekend baseball. William, anything to close out this podcast?
Yeah, no, I'm just excited for the weekend of baseball. Really good series on the docket. Obviously, Yankees, Astros. You have the Dodgers playing the Blue Jays. You got Padres, Red Sox, Cubs, Cardinals, Mets, Brewers, Phillies, Rangers, Mets, Marlins, Braves. Like, there's a lot of good series on this weekend to kind of seek our teeth into. So I think Monday's pod should be loaded, recapping the weekend that was.
As always, keep it locked in. Make sure to follow us on YouTube. Hit that button, subscribe. We're trying to hit 150 by the end of the season, by the new year. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Again, TikTok, we have exclusive content. William is producing exclusive content. YouTube, you got Yankees in 60 and other exclusive content. And Instagram, you got Reels. So make sure to keep it locked. William has a Substack article coming soon, as always. And that's it. Anything to close out? We'll be back Monday, right?
We'll be back Monday. That's all I got. Fun episode as always. Enjoy the weekend, Luis, and we'll be back on Monday. Until then, catch you next time. Peace out.